Association of Rural Town Councils, and I have 13 councils that I work with, so you might understand that I'm a little busy. Right now, several of the councils are going through growing pains and trying to do work for the community, and sometimes there's disagreement, sometimes there's not. And the best thing is to move forward and try to work things out. But all in all, following Robert's rules is a requirement because of the fact that we use those rules to hold our meetings, keep them on order and on point. And if they're violated, we try not to do that. And we sometimes make mistakes and sometimes have to correct ourselves. But town councils are one of the unique things in Los Angeles County. They make no laws, they hold no power, they cannot tax you, they can't make you do anything. The only thing that they can do is come together in a forum such as this and ask for community input, tell the different supervisors and the different organizations and governmental agencies what you want, what you like, what you think, get input back from those agencies and bring it back to you. Basically, all they are is what you would consider a conduit or a focal point for the community and the external offices and governmental agencies to meet and talk. And it makes it easier for the governmental agencies to meet with and talk to councils and get things done in their communities. The one thing that we have to do is remember that the town council is only here to serve the community. And that's their function. Doing it in a logical and reasonable manner is one of the things that councils use to give themselves credibility with other agencies, organizations, and government offices. One of the problems that you guys are having tonight is that there was a bit of a problem at a meeting where you put together your agenda, and hopefully we're going to work this out, and you're going to end up having a nice, decent, good town council. One of the things I would like to address real quickly is there's a lot of interest and a lot of thought going into not just here, but other council areas in the communities, community standards and community standards districts. And you're not the first one to put one together, and you're not the first one to have disagreements over it. Disagreements are okay. You have a right to not agree. And the right to not agree is utilized by Robert's rules and the voting on the different platforms. CSDs are not what the town council puts together and makes a final document out of. The town council's function is to take a CSD, make a roadmap, turn it over to the county, and the county then holds public hearings to ask you how you feel about each subject on that document. At that time, you may bring a document to the planning committee, and 6 months later, it doesn't even look like the same document. It's what you do when you get there. And when they hold these planning committee hearings, that will give the community its right to either have, not have, or what to have in the documents. The town council's actual position in this is to take your input, give it to the county, and the county will take care of everything else. What I'm asking, I guess, is for you guys to be patient. Let's get through this, and we'll get ahead, and we'll get all pointed in the right direction.
The next gentleman we're going to hear from is the past president from the Little Rock Town Council.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to see a big crowd like this. You may have noticed across the street there are a couple of large trucks. I hope you did. We're here tonight as residents and members of a newly formed group called the ABTO, the Antelope Valley Truckers Organization. And we are here tonight to request that the Lake LA Town Council fully support our rural lifestyle. A lifestyle that we moved here to find. By support, we mean that the council can no longer favor one group over another. That is, for example, those who have containers versus those who do not want containers, or those owner-operator independent truck drivers who park on their own property versus those who cannot tolerate trucks. Some time ago, both the Little Rock Town Council and Sun Village Town Council worked together to forge the Southeast Antelope Valley Community Standards District. It was a lengthy process that told the county what we wanted in our community. That's what you could do as well. Last year, we began the process of helping container owners and truck owners by crafting 2 amendments to the CSD. Unfortunately, both councils dropped the ball. So we're back again to tell you that these issues have not gone away. They've grown much bigger and now encompass the entire unincorporated area of the valley, which, by the way, represents 65% of Los Angeles County by land. Here's an important analogy. Let's say we discover 1,000 legal aliens have made their home in the Antelope Valley. They have few resources and no jobs. What are we going to do? Well, we may not want them in the community, and we may wish that they had made better immigration choices, but they are here, and we must deal with them. And with the fact of their presence, we simply can't get rid of them, even if code enforcement could find appropriate ordinance. Similarly, we have at least 1,000 owner-operators in the unincorporated areas of the valley, and many of them are being cited and fined $1,000 if they don't remove their trucks from their own property. Many of these truckers have been our neighbors for more than 20 years. If code enforcement has its way, and all 1,000 are forced to move, the valley will lose up to $60 million a year in fuel costs. That's a lot of money. Plus the money spent on vehicles, homes, and other items. Such a loss is not only financial suicide, it's a tragic example of bureaucratic unintended consequences and a horrible legacy for Los Angeles County and Los Angeles Council. The Little Rock Town Council says that they cannot take a position on containers or trucks, that they have to remain neutral, and that we have to hear both sides of the issue. I say that's ridiculous. There is not another side. Containers and trucks are here. They're not going to go away. So it remains your task to revisit the CSD amendments we crafted in 2008, to analyze them, add or subtract language in an open form, and then try to add them to your own CSD and submit them to regional planning for approval. Remember, we are creating our own rural community for our own uses. Regional planning by its code enforcement does not really tell us how to structure our community. We are all in this together, and all town councils must pull together. In the past few weeks, code enforcement, often accompanied by the NAP team, has issued several citations, the most ludicrous of which was to a resident on T12 in Little Rock who had 2 containers. How did code enforcement solve this problem? They had the resident torch cut his containers into 3 pieces each. Now he has what appears to be a small subdivision on his property. Remember, there is no law against containers. Only 3 position papers from 3 separate agencies, and 3 are all different. They also cited residents for duties. Now, you can drive a dually on the street, buy it, license it, pay taxes on it, but you can't park it in your driveway. They've cited people for RVs, boats, pickups, over 6,000 pounds, not to mention a host of other real or imagined offenses, including, well, let's get this one, a $400 fine to a farmer at Pear Blossom and Longview Road for having goats that code enforcement insisted were not farm animals. The list goes on. But here's what John Locke said in 1690 on the second treatise of civil government.